Hello, gentle viewers. This is App Guardian welcoming you to Out of the Park Baseball 27. If you're new here, hi. My name's App Guardian, and I do Out of the Park Baseball videos every Friday. I also play other games on Mondays, and I have a pretty extensive backlog, so if there's a game you've wanted to see before, chances are I've probably played it. I mostly do sports games, the occasional strategy or simulation game, and very occasionally an action game. But I prefer to keep RPGs off the channel just because my personal ethos is I don't like to spoil things for people and I want them to get to enjoy it the first time. So, welcome. I hope you're all having a lovely evening. Maybe you've already played some Out of the Park Baseball 27. This is a brand new install for me. I just finished installing the game. I literally changed my screen size and nothing else. And we're going to go on this journey together, I hope. So, a couple rules about this particular challenge that I'm going to be going through. This is suggested by a longtime viewer, Brian Guerra. Hopefully, you're out there, Brian, hanging out, having a good time. Where he said, what if you won 6 world championships with a team from every division? Meaning, we play as one team, win a championship, then switch divisions, and then do that till we've done all 6 divisions. And I was absolutely and utterly hooked. It sounded like a fantastic idea, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with the Cleveland Guardians, my hometown team, and then we will change divisions once we've won our first championship. If you're a longtime fan, you know I tend to like longer breathing series. I tend to stick with 1 or 2 teams and really build them up. So this is going to be a real big change of pace for me. So I hope you enjoy the ride. So we're going to pick new games. Seems like the thing to do. We have standard, historical, custom, tutorial, quick start, historical exhibition. This is really interesting. They've never had a tutorial before, as far as I know. I'm curious to see if anybody tries it, but I played so many hours of Out of the Park Baseball over the years. It's probably not 10,000 hours, but it's reasonably close, that I feel pretty confident I can figure it out. New standard game. There's a couple new leagues, by the way. We have the British National Baseball League for the first time, which is pretty sick. I could start at the beginning of the current off season, and I kind of like the idea of doing that. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna call this 6 Division Championships YT. I do YT for YouTube. In case I decide to play this game offline, I now have an excuse. Start the game. I love the little quotes up here. They're always really fun. And it's a good time. It's doing things, you guys. It's doing things. Excuse me. I do encourage you, by the way, if you have played the game already and want to share your thoughts, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. All right. I'm not going to start unemployed. I'm going to, as is tradition, pick Avi Guardian. 1 second. Big pardon. What is drive for the pennant mode? Oh, it's a way to play the game more quickly. Long-term sim is only available during the off-season. Somebody said they wanted me to play challenge mode. This is never going to happen, I don't think. I don't care about perfect team. It just doesn't bother me. I will use trading hard mode. Oh, what is this? Okay. Opponents will reply travelers only once submitted. I gain a reputation and I lose reputation if I withdraw an offer. Interesting. This is new. So the idea is normally when you play the game, you can shop for offers and you can ask the AI to give you a recommendation. I feel like trading hard mode is going to make the series way too slow and way too boring. I mean, that's just my take on it, but I think it's my personal take. It could be kind of fun if I played it on my own, but me sitting there for 45 minutes trying to make one trade for like a backup catcher seems incredibly dull to me. That's my take on it. And we're going to pick the Cleveland Guardians. And then we're going to hit start game and we're going to see what we see. All right. So far, early impressions. This is demonstrably out of the park base. I like these links though. These buttons are fun. This is new. Oh, I can set the number of rows and columns. That's really good to see here. I don't really care so much about. I mean, I guess do you care about the team finances here? I want to see my minor league system. That's an important thing I want to keep my eyes on. Injuries is fine. Goals is fine. Personal info is fine. Team finances matters. Inbox I don't need. I've always got this up here. I'm going to change this to team top prospects. A couple other changes I'm always going to make here. League settings. Options. I'm going to turn off the designated hitter rule. I'm going to tell you why. I think it makes the game more complex without making it more interesting. And I don't think it's as fun to watch. It's just a little bit too much for you to worry about. Oh, I have to completely change your roster around because of a random decision made. So we're going to do that. We're going to call it the correct names. In case you're wondering why it's not in the game, it would be a separate licensing issue with Rawlings and Louisville, respectively. But I am under no such compulsions. There is no waiting period prior to induction. All the rest of this can stay the same. We can do 15 votes per ballot, I think. Scheduling looks fine. I'm not going to mess with any of this. I think the menus look cleaner. There's a lot more drop-down boxes, which I appreciate. This is all fine. League and teams I'm not going to touch. Rules. This is fine. It's all fine. Trade deadline is the same. Oh, cap trading slot value. They already have working on the cap as a possibility. That's pretty fun. This is all fine. Financials I'm not going to touch. This is all okay. Already looked at the options screen. Players can stay. Stats and AI can stay as it is. This is all acceptable. Global settings here. Autosave once a month is fine. This is all fine. Every last bit of it is fine. Over here, I don't like the stars. I've never liked the star system. So we're going to do 20 to 85. 20 to 80. This is how real scouts do it, by the way. So it feels very, very interesting to me. But I will do 1 to 100 for the component stats. We always want to see BABIP. We always want to use coaching system here. Now we can just do flat 20 to 80, now that I think about it. Show ratings if they're over the max. Yes is fine. Don't show if it's under the minimum. All this is completely acceptable. Complete scouting system is what I want. All this is normal. Don't delete any reports here. I guess once they're retired, you can delete them if you want. Incorporate stats, and we're going to leave all the rest of this the same. So I'm going to go back to the team home screen. It's changed my choices here. Oh, no, that's the opening screen, I think. That's this screen. I want to change. I'm always on the team home screen. This is where I really want to see my minor league system, my top prospects, and this is where I'm gonna put my my team rankings. My ranking system is over here. Okay, then we'll put team rankings here. Get game. Am I stupid? I am stupid. There you go. So then what do I want here? I want to know who's hot. There you go. This is the way my screen was last time around, so I kind of like sticking with it. Batting and pitching leaders. All this is great. Meet the team. I'm never on this screen. I probably should be more. Team chemistry. People are fine here. The screen has changed a little bit. We have 3 different captains, which means I can get rid of Austin Hedges finally, fulfilling a long fantasy for me. Oh, I like the little tooltip here. This is much more detailed than it used to be. This is very nice. Very clean interface. Always appreciate that. Does he have... No, there's a thing on my monitor. I swear to God, I thought they had captured that Nolan Jones as some sort of like obnoxious mole. No, it's just something on my monitor. Look at this. This is incredible. This is so good, you guys. I'm so over the moon excited about all these new screens I get to look at, and you get to look at with me. Here's Jose Ramirez. He's pretty good at baseball, turns out. I like they have the whole defensive ratings here in one area. That's very welcome. I can click on more and instantly look at everything, but I have this as just a nice little snapshot. This is everything I wanted and more from a baseball game. A lot of these ratings are exactly the same. They just do it in a different way, and it makes it easier to spot. You guys, Jose Ramirez is really good. I don't know if you're aware of that. Do I have his team-friendly contract extension? I do. Got him until 2028. Amazing. Amazing. Actually, this is not his team-friendly contract extension, because I think his contract goes through like his age 40 season. This is his old contract. So good to know. A lot of love here. Ratings, batting stats, pitching stats. Oh, batting and pitching ratings are on separate screens. I like that quite a bit, actually. Makes it harder for two-way players, I think. But I'm into it. The advanced stat screen makes me so happy here. We don't have any yet because they haven't done anything yet, but I'm really excited about it. Some tooltips are missing here, but I kind of know what they're... Barrels, yes. This is all incredible. I didn't expect them to have historical... I didn't expect them to have historical data, so this is going to be generated as you play, which I'm very excited about. This is really nice. Really, really nice. I know I'm just geeking out over menus right now, but if you're not geeking out of menus, why are you playing baseball and out-of-the-park baseball, I ask you? I don't know anyone that calls him Enriquito. Maybe this is just something I'm not familiar with. I heard somebody call him Angry Hamster once, which is my favorite nickname, but I don't know whether that's even a real thing. You want me to get a power hitter, increase fan interest? Are you going to let me spend money, though, is the question. That's a bit of a thing here, isn't it? I think all the settings that I want set are set. Yeah. I think we can just start actually playing and exploring this team. We got all this stuff down here, which is great. I am going to change this to the Rule 5 eligible players. I'd like being able to see them at a glance. Okay. My secondary roster is only 24 players. There's no way in hell that Chase DeLauder and Angel Martinez aren't going to make it. How bad is it? Is it real bad? Our pitching staff is reasonable. We don't have very many aces, but we have a lot of very good pitchers. With Tanner Bybee, Joey Cantillo, Slade, Caccione. You're a weird dude, my friend. Amazing control, great velocity, but his stuff is pretty shit. And this leads me to believe that he's going to be the kind of guy that's going to give us plenty of innings, but probably not anything special. I mean, there's a job, that job exists for a reason, but okay. Cade Smith is incredible. I can't help but notice the absence of Luis Ortiz and Emmanuel Clase. Are they out of the game entirely? Interesting. They're out of the game entirely. I get it. This is not that Luis Ortiz. This isn't really a Luis Ortiz. Interesting. So, look, I know that these guys have a licensing agreement with the Major League Baseball Players Association as well as Major League Baseball itself. I get it, but I think it's a little heavy-handed way to deal with the issue. But I suppose, look, Major League Baseball's always had a big issue with gambling and how it's portrayed in video games. So I get it, but it still feels like kind of a cop-out if you ask me. I get to go to the development lab again. I absolutely will be visiting there in great detail. The Cleveland lineup is a little bit spooky in the not-so-great way. Kyle Manzardo could be a winner. Could be. CJ Kafis has some upside to him. Ton of gap power, which means he's going to have a really good time hitting doubles and triples. His home run power is reasonable. I kind of dig this. Stephen Kwan is incredible. We already knew this, but thank you, game. Oh, it's looking at my OSA ratings. Always ask for your head scout's opinion. That's what you pay him for, right? Outfield's not especially intriguing. I could play him at center, like the real-life Guardians plan to do. It could be done. Will Brennan, Jonathan Rodriguez. Nelson Keljo. I don't even know who this person is, but I guess we can send him to the minors, I guess. You are 22 years old. You can go to A-ball. High A. There you go. You can go to Lake County. All right. Always want pitchers on top. I think it's hilarious that David Fry, who's almost certainly going to make the team in real life, is already in the minors because that's kind of where I'd put him. All right. This is not going to be an easy task. It's not going to be an easy task to dominate. Angel Ganao. He's kind of slick. I kind of like him. Doesn't strike out very much. Okay, BABIP. Decent offense. Pretty good defense. Good range and error. Not so good with the arm. Good double play. Makes him a pretty good shortstop or second baseman. Nobody here is guaranteed a job, but I'm not going to let him go for nothing, so we're going to do one of these. Who's in AAA? Who are my big-time prospects? This is Travis Banana, as I call him. Travis Bazana. This is really accurate to what I've heard. Like, he's an indifferent second baseman, but his bat looks like it could be legitimate. So, I am all for letting him continue to develop. There's good old Travis Banana here. We have a couple of relievers that are worth note. An Andrew Walters and Jacob Cozart. Both look pretty solid. Angel Martinez is here. Chase DeLauder is going to open the season on the Major League roster. Like, that's not even a question for anybody of any intelligence. He's gonna be there. His real problem IRL is that he gets hurt a lot. But if that doesn't happen here, I think we've got ourselves an excellent player. Let's do... This hasn't been refreshed yet, but I can at least look at the minor league system rankings here. We're 6th. Okay, and where's my prospect pipeline? There it is. The Guardians. His ETA is this year. Okay. I don't know why you think DeLauder isn't ready right now. I think you overestimate how good the current outfield is. But we've got a few top 100 prospects. We don't have any big potential guys. DeLauder is the closest thing we have to a premium potential dude. So we're definitely going to want to invest money in the draft. Speaking of investing money, I would like to spend more money on development, please. Okay, I've got $84 million, so you should be able to pretty effortlessly put in 50. It always defaults to triple, which is fine. And now I still have money available, but I'm putting money into my player development system. I know I said at the beginning of this video that I wasn't going to go too hard into the future, but here's the truth. If we're going to be successful, it's not going to be because we spend a lot of time getting free agents. It's going to be because we have a reliable development system that can produce major league regulars. So investing heavily in development always pays off. Never skip it. We still have enough money to add in a couple of interesting players or two, but because our budget is lore accurate, fuck you, Paul Dolan, that's why we're kind of stuck. But we are going to make the most out of the money that we have here. Oh, interesting. It doesn't list minor league salaries anymore. Huh? What is going on here, guys? What? Is it just not listing minor league salaries anymore? Players and minors are on league minimum deals. Only 16.5% of their salary will in the minors. Okay, understood. But like, Matt Festa is making $1 million. Okay. And he's on the list. Okay, so I gotta find somebody that should be on the list. There's just that many minor leaguers? Like, if I look at, say, Will Brennan, he makes money. No, he's got a minor league contract. Interesting. I wonder if it counts as a minor league contract because the season hasn't started yet, which means we can dispose of them in any way we see fit. That seems pretty nice if that's the case. I don't really like Nolan Jones. I think it was stupid of Cleveland to have ever picked him up for pick up his salary when he was pretty terrible. All right, enough of this stuff. We need to begin by setting up player development. I don't think I get to do the full development, but maybe I do. I'm going to look at prospects, and we're going to sort by potential. All right, Chase DeLauder. I would love for you to focus on the thing that's going to make you useful right away. Actually, everything here looks pretty great. Do I work on his batting eye so that he's able to hit for a higher average? Let's do quality of contact. I think that's fine. Travis the Banana. I'd love for you to work on your... I think your batting eye is going to be your big calling card, so I'm going to have you work on that. I could have you work on strikeouts, and that's something else I do want to do, but I think for right now, we're going to work on your plate discipline. Get you drawing walks, and if that's the case, strikeouts don't bother me much. Brad Dowdy and Will Hines, get to work on your control. If you're ever going to be anything in the major leagues, you've got to work on that. Ralphie Velasquez should be a catcher. Oh, I guess he is a first baseman. Interesting. Okay. Let's get you working on that batting eye. I think that's what's going to take you into the stratosphere as a top tier prospect. Play discipline on lock. Justin Campbell, got to get that control up, my dude. Parker Messick still technically qualifies. Okay. His control is fine. I don't know if he's tell him to work on. Maybe secondary pitches. Maybe works on his slider or his curveball. I think that's reasonable. Secondary pitches, please. And then Jacob Cozart, I do want to eventually upgrade a catcher. He's got a great big old thumping bat. Let's work on that. Done. Funzo Dunzo. What do we have in free agency? What do we have here that interests me? I'll just sign Edwin Diaz. Don't be absurd. Damn, guys. We got to go to the bargain bin. Kenley Jansen for $3.2 million. It's a risk, but it's such a tiny risk, and my bullpen isn't so good that I couldn't use him. I think a small bullpen upgrade could really pay big dividends, so we're going to do it. Kenley Jansen, join the Cleveland Guardians. You want 1 year, you don't want to be traded, and you want to be guaranteed the closer's role. What if I don't do that part? That seems okay with you. It's okay with me too. Done. Who's got high potential? All right. So a lot of these names are not going to happen. We all know this is true. We're trying to find players that are looking for an opportunity and then leveraging that into maybe trading them down the line. I don't really need that many overpriced relievers. Ha-Sung Kim has a great batting eye. He's a tremendous fielder. Interesting. His bat is nothing to write home about, right? Like, he's not very good offensively, but he could be real good. Interesting. Gabriel Arias is fine. He's not like a top tier shortstop, but he's at least a medium tier shortstop. This doesn't concern me very much. Brian Rocchio is pretty good at second base, so those arms kind of trash, which is fine. Kafus only plays first and left. Noted. The real life Guardians picked up Rhys Hoskins. I wonder how much that would cost me. That is a thing I was interested in. I'll just sign Cody Bellinger. What an amazing deal. Yeah, mid-tier relievers are a dime a dozen, so I could definitely grab one of them if I wanted. Michael Soroka. He's kind of a mid-pitcher, but he's also not bad. I could maybe see that happening. Could I try to settle for playing for the Guardians? Wei Chi Huang is pretty unexceptional. I think we can probably do better. I mean, I guess it doesn't cost me anything, right? Like Aiden Curry here. Just give him a minor league deal. Done. Miguel Andujar thinks he's worth $1 billion. That's not true, my friend, and you know it's not. I'm going to grab Ocean Gabonia because what a name. Gabonia. I will give you $0 and see if that tickles you. All right. Where is Reese Hoskins? Is he not even in the game? Or is he still with Philadelphia? Oh, there he is right there. $14 million? Are you fucking mental? Absolutely not. Oh, by the way, I swear a lot. I'm sorry if you have like small children watching with you. Sorry. All right. Okay, I'm listening. I'm listening. Don't do followers. I don't find that particularly compelling, but I'm not going to worry about it for this exact second in history. This is messing with me, this being here. I will get over it, but don't be surprised if I make stupid mistakes while I adjust to it. Call Steven is pretty good. Call Steven is somebody that I could see maybe getting a role on the team in the future here. He's pretty mid, but he has great control and some really nice secondary pitches. And that could be quite handy. Quite handy indeed. We got some better pitchers farther down in the system. All right. I don't hate it. Oh, I need to vote in the Hall of Fame, don't I? All right, let's see here. I'll vote for Ryan Braun. I don't think he's ever going to make it in real life because of his steroid things, but I think he's a good enough player that he deserves a longer look. Miggy Cabrera obviously sails in. There's no waiting period, by the way. I turned that off in case you missed that part. I think Nelson Cruz deserves a little bit of love. Edwin Encarnacion, probably not quite good enough. Let me make sure I get the really great players on here first. Like Andrew McCutchen, I think deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. There's Albert Pujols, Alex Rodriguez. I'm wondering how they're going to handle Hall of Fame voting in 27. It made some pretty stupid decisions in 28 or 26 to the point where you couldn't get anyone elected. Maybe that's fixed now. Maybe it's going to be a lot more reasonable. I don't think David Wright is a Hall of Famer, to be honest with you, but I think he is at least interesting enough that I want to see how long he can go. I do believe in Adam Wainwright. I do believe in Chase Utley. Oh, Max Scherzer is retired in this version of the game. That's fine. I think Jimmy Rollins deserves to make it into the Hall of Fame. Based on his ability to compile. They don't all have to have amazing peaks. I can vote for Buster Posey. Buster Posey is one of the guys that the old version of the AI always screwed up. Because I think he's going to get into the Hall of Fame pretty easily, and it's not even going to be a real debate. Same with Yadi Molina. But maybe I'm wrong. There's too many good players to pick from here, so I'm not at all surprised that I'm struggling a little bit to pick the very best. I think King Felix is someone I've come around on. Oh, but Greinke's on here. No. See you later, Adam Wainwright. Or see you later, what's his face? Butt Monkey. David Wright. I don't believe in you that much. I think this is fine. I think we can work with this, and we can submit it as our first ever Hall of Fame ballot. Okay. I don't think we have anything else we need to do right this very second. How do my coaches look? My coaches are all very unproven. Understood. We're gonna want to replace some coaches, and not in the not too distant future. Is Ethan Purser? Ethan Purser's a dog shit scouting director. You get fired right now. Like, I'm not even going to hesitate. A great scouting director is essential to having a great season. Who's really good at scouting the amateurs? Let's start with that. I mean, it's Drew Toussaint, right? He's clearly the best. Favoring ability means he's more likely to find guys. Get in here. And then we will gradually change other coaches around as the opportunity changes itself. But a scouting director is too important to me to let that go to a shitty person. He instantly agreed to the contract. Of course he did. Already finding people. Love to see it. Give me my scouting salary. I'm not going to increase this yet, but I will eventually. This is fine, actually. This is actually a good mix, so I'm here for that. I could be trading, I suppose. We got Kenley Jansen, which is pretty exciting stuff. I'm just looking for somebody that can offer us a little bit of depth in the bullpen, so that we're not wasting our time as the season progresses. Plus, if we don't make the postseason this year, we could probably flip him for something reasonable. A lot of free agents are signing for a lot of money. Lucas Ekerg is pretty unremarkable. And I'm not going to use Jason Couturier for that, who I think is actually quite tasty. I shall politely decline your trade, my friend. It's polite now, but if you keep making stupid trade offers, it becomes less polite. I'm just going to say that. Justin Topa? No, Jake Fox still has upside on him. I don't think so. Mike Tauchman is a pretty mediocre outfielder, and you're not getting a lot, but you're getting more than I'm willing to part with. When you have a guy named Yatner Crisostomo, you have to keep him. Jose Camacho just isn't good enough, to be honest with you. I mean, I think there's something to like about him, but it's not very much. I don't think this is going to happen either. I'm going to say rejected. I guess the question is, what do we actually want? And it's hard to tell until we've had a season under our belts to actually figure out what's missing. A lot of things are missing. We're certainly not an elite. Stop offering me this, jerk. He's a basic bitch, and so are you. Oh, the Rule 5 draft has already happened, so I don't have to worry about that for this. I don't have to worry about that for this offseason. Good to know. That means I don't have to add Jason Chorio yet. Aiden Curry looking kind of nice, but also pretty far away. They've rebalanced how they rate pitchers. This would not be a 50 pitcher in previous versions of OOTP. It seemed like he's being overrated based on his stuff, which is reasonable. But it's making him look better than I think he is. Although some of his pitches are fantastic. So we definitely just need him to get a little bit more time, and then we can maybe see something a bit more exciting with him. Hall of Fame voting results. Wonder if anybody we know is going to get elected. You're asking for an awful lot for Blaze Alexander, who's not even all that great. I'm not going to trade just for the sake of trading. I'm going to trade to get something that meaningfully improves my chances of winning a World Series. Or I'm going to trade players that are about to lose their contract so that I don't get screwed. All right. This is a classic Abby trap, where Abby likes to think with his heart instead of his head. In IRL, almost said in IRL, what? IRL, Stephen Kwan is one of my favorite baseball players. He's a really good player, and he's got a lot going for him. However, in this game, he's always looked a little bit less exciting. He's got pretty good stolen base instincts. I respect that. He's got decent speed. He's a pretty good outfielder, and he's got the ability to not strike out. My concern is I don't think he's going to hit for enough power to be all that special, but I do see something else that I want to fix. Did they do the thing here? Oh no, it's on the other screen, isn't it? Give me Stephen Kwan again. Do I change it here? Wait, did you take away my ability to customize my view here? Ah, here it is. Okay, this is the one we want to edit. Understood. Edit basic batting stats, please and thank you. And I get to decide what's... Oh my god. Out of the park, you magnificent bastards. This has been so desperately needed. So desperately needed. You have a complete description of all the stats. You're telling me what they are. It's beautiful. All right, ribbies, don't need them. Walk percentage, yes. Hit by pitch, sure. Strikeout percentage, yes. Extra base hits, total bases, please. Isolated power, definitely. WOBA, let's make it happen. BABIP required. Pitches per plate appearance, love it. And give me base running value and stolen bases value. It's everything I've ever wanted, you guys. Now, if I look at the profile screen, it's all there. It's all here. Oh my god, I love it. I mean, this screen is one that really excites me, potentially, but... Oh, the advanced stats aren't listed here. I see. I could create a new stat row. What if I do this? Oh no, this is just the same thing. Understood. Delete. Oh, and I still got my other views, right? Like I can pick views from here, and I've got all sorts of great things here. Batting super stats. Whoa. All right. I'm feeling a certain kind of way about this game right now. I know TMI, you don't really need to know, but maybe you do want to know. Maybe. Edit stat row, please. Okay. I'll keep wins and losses for the nostalgia of it. Save percentage I want to see. Innings pitched, yes. Homers against, yes. Earned runs, this is all fine. Oh, they changed it from oops. It's oops, you guys. It's opponents on base plus slugging percentage. It's oops. Definitely give me all these numbers. That helps you figure out how effective somebody is. Definitely give me hits for 9. Strikeout to walk, strikeout. All these percentages here are great. I guess I want to know about wild pitches, I suppose, but I really want to know about inherited runner scored percentage. I'll put on complete games and shutouts, even though it's a waste of time. I do want run support and runs. I want run support per start. I want R-WAR. I want WPA. I want FIP minus. And I want ground out percentage. And pitches. Where's pitches per game? I just saw it. There it is. Now we're cooking with gas, you guys. This is the good stuff. This is what I live for. I have some series, by the way, that explains all these stats if you're interested, if you want to read more and learn more. But don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Post in the chat and say, hey, why does this stat matter? I'll try to explain the first time I talk about a given stat and why it matters to me. But for right now, I think people are wanting to see some action here. Also, if you're new to my channel, I don't usually play the games out because I just want to sim them. But that's fine. We bagged a youth. That's a little sus, but okay. So Pujols, Cabrera, Scherzer, Kershaw, and Verlander. I didn't even vote for Kershaw or Verlander, and they still made it. Good for them. Okay, this is what I mean. Remember I said there's like a hidden variable that's killing people's voting percentage? Alex Rodriguez is purely by the numbers, obviously worth it. Game, you know that's not what I clicked on. Why are you like this? Oh, I see. Okay. But at least he's trending up, right? Like there's a chance some of these guys are going to get voted in, which I'm pretty excited about. A lot of people dropped off with getting one vote. Like Daniel Murphy or Matt Carpenter. Jonathan Lucroy almost traded to the Cleveland Guardians during their amazing World Series run in 2016, but then the trade got canceled, and it turned out to be the best for everybody. So in the past, you cancel the program, it gets really weird about it. I'm just gonna let people do their thing and figure it out potentially. Maybe. Normally my videos are only going to be one off season and one full season, but I think because it's the first video and I spent a lot of time nerding out over menus, that we are going to go ahead and play the full season as well. Also, something that you may not have noticed if you're not familiar with the game, the loading times are incredible. They have really unanimous, totally deserved, but it is possible. But yes, highly deserved, but also that's really exciting how fast it's running right now. Travis Bazana definitely deserves a spring training look. It's Big Christmas. You don't have his nickname. Unacceptable. It's Big Christmas. He's a big boy. Very big boy. Carl Steven, I think, can have himself a bit of spring training as a treat. I like to call up guys that have some potential and about 40 or so in the overall stat. Okay, game. Gonna have words. Okay. Cooper Engel can get a look in spring training because I'm looking for an excuse to get rid of Austin Hedges. I think the Guardians have latched to that particular player a little bit too long just because of the clubhouse vibes. I'm not saying that doesn't matter, but I'm saying he's not worth it. Interesting. This used to be a red control number, but now it's yellow. Interesting. I do think Espino has a little bit to show us, so we can let him get some appearances in spring training, I guess. Andrew Walters can have a visit. As soon as the cutoff is 30. Interesting. Alaska Abney. What an incredible name. Truly outstanding. Truly outstanding. Aiden Curry, look, I know he's maybe not the best, but he is Rule 5 eligible, so I think letting him get some spring training time is fine. We can Rafe Schlesinger and Matt Wilkinson can have a look. And then I think that's good. I think it's 39 players, enough for everyone to get some time. In spring training, I would like to have 6 pitchers. Slade, you are not a follower. Stop this nonsense. Followers are real dumb, in my opinion. I don't like bullpen games. I think they're weird. I think they're extremely weird. Lineups, I will set this myself in the future, but for right now, I'm going to let the AI do it. We're playing Kafis and Manzardo, you son of a bitch, I'm in. Juan Brito's a pretty bad shortstop. I don't think I like this. Arias, get in here. This is why I get paid the big bucks, you nerd. Why would you look at this skill set and think, ah, yes, put him at shortstop? Huh? I'm not saying he doesn't have value. I'm not saying he might not even make the major league opening roster, but I'm saying he sucks as a shortstop. He's a 39 overall shortstop, and you're like, yes, starting shortstop material. If I'm going to have a guy that can't hit, he better be able to field, and Gabriel Arias can possibly do both someday. Oh, I want to change... No, let's go to the default screen. That's fine. That's fine. All right. Let's go ahead and advance a little bit of time here. 1 month is great. Nope. I just don't use this button, so... I know a lot of people do, and more power to them if they do, but I do not. Let's sim month. A blister for Rafe Schlesinger. The banana is injured. Hopefully he doesn't get peeled. It's my game. Travis, the banana bazana. It's happening. If you don't like it, suck it. Oh, this is nice. This is a new feature. It colors your losses in red and colors your wins in green. Lets you tell at a glance how well you did. I can click on the highlights from right here. Wow. Oh, it's doing something, you guys. It's doing something. Oh, it's this. You can see like the quick plays like you see on like TV and stuff. That's neat. Okay. So he drew a walk, and that was like something of tremendous note. Well, I guess it walked in a run. Okay. So this is a setup here. Donna's on the hill. We've got runners at, what is this? First, second, and third. At least some people have pictures, which is funny. There's Gabriel Arias. What do we got here? I don't have the sound on, by the way. Another walked in another run. I've got a feeling Mr. Dana here is not going to have a very good season if he just walks and runs casually. All right, we're going to go ahead and leave this, but that's really cool. We see the super stats replay. Wow. Okay, that's actually kind of slick. All right. To the end of the month we go. We're just giving us 7 months is the banana. Well, enjoy AAA then. They can put you on the minor league IL. There is a non-zero chance he could have made the opening day roster, but alas. Trevor Steppen has a day-to-day injury for 4 weeks. Oh, let me set a couple things up here. Manage your options here. This is fine. Do I want to control promotions and demotions in this series? I think I do. I think it'll make things interesting. We'll do that periodically. All this is pretty new stuff here. Yep, this is all stuff I want to do. Neat. Neato completo. Oh, do we get our player development report? Is this any different? Not really. This is kind of the way it used to be. Rafe Schlesinger has made some pretty big strides in camp, which is pretty exciting. That's worth paying attention to. Oh, do we have actual proper batted ball, and do we have the fancy stats yet? No, we don't, because it doesn't include string training. That makes sense to me. Fine. All right. We want to simulate to the day before opening day. Because once opening day starts, people get major league contracts. And I want to make sure that the people in the majors are the people that I want to be there. I did not change a thing I wanted to change here. If they're not out for 7 days for a week, I don't give a shit. The amount I care is infinitesimal. Don't waste my time. All right. What's this? I think this feels new. That there's a lot more day-to-day injuries when it comes to spring training. I probably also have a terrible team trainer. Is that true? Are you the worst? No, you're thoroughly mediocre. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that in the slightest. This does matter. That's the end of Matt Festa on the Major League roster for a while. 60 IL means we can take him off the 40-man, which means we can potentially add someone else there when we're interested in it. Which is not too terrible. Espino is going to miss 2 weeks. That is what it is. I'm scratching my back. Because it itches. So Chase DeLauder got better. Doughty and Bazana got worse. A lot of people did nothing. Oh, they changed it now. You can I think it's because we didn't get the full-fledged off-season. You can no longer do the 5 to 6 week thing. Will Brennan is day-to-day, whatever, who cares? Alright. Emails have been read. Give me my team and my organization. I want to know what my people are up to in the minors. Alright. I have 19 pitchers. The ideal mix that I found in Out of the Park Baseball is 13 and 13. 13 pitchers, 13 hitters. So a few of these pitchers got to go. Matt Wilkinson, go to the minors. Think about what you've done. But you can go to Double-A, though. Carl Steven has barely pitched even in Double-A. I feel like rushing him is not very bright. Rafe Schlesinger, I was impressed with what he's done so far, but he's also never pitched above A ball. I'm putting people in AAA that should be in Double-A more properly, right? No, I'm doing the correct thing. I do want Carl Steven in AAA. That's what I wanted the whole time. Trevor Stephan probably doesn't make the roster. No, Hernandez definitely doesn't make it. Aiden Curry goes to the minors. Do you have experience at the higher levels? No, you've barely done anything. Get into high A, you big nerd. Oh, you can't join high A, understood, but you can join Double-A. Hernandez, I think definitely goes. Let's let him go through waivers. And then Trevor Stephan definitely goes, unless it's Andrew Walters. Because Walters has really poor control, but it's not going to get a lot better, I kind of think we could try him out in the majors. He's got more upside than Trevor Stephan, who's already injured anyway. Let's send him to AAA. Which means Walters, congratulations. You get to make the Major League roster. I'm very proud of you and your achievement. And then I do need an actual starting pitcher. I need someone that can cover for us if people are hurt. This is fine. Tim Herron. You do really well against lefties. I'm going to go ahead and set you as my lefty killer. Does anyone have okay stamina? I don't think so. So I think that means Sobrowski also goes. No, Sobrowski is better than Walt. No, Sobrowski is not better than Walters. He does go. I always like to have a sixth starter on the roster. I think it's important to have somebody that could start if something goes horribly wrong. That person could be Cole Steven, I'm not going to lie, but I think it's better somebody like Logan Allen. You're not a great pitcher, Logan, by all accounts, but what you are is an available arm that can be my emergency starter. So that's what you're going to do. This works for me. Oh, wait, we had Daniel Espino. I forgot. That's actually what I want him to do. Okay. Remember how I added you to the 40 man? I was kidding, Logan Allen. I never meant to do that. You can't prove I did. Get back here, Sobrowski. And then we do 5-man rotation, and Espino is the emergency guy. And then you can be, I guess, just a middle reliever, and we'll figure it out. All right. 18 position players. Got to get down to 13. I'm not carrying 3 catchers. I categorically refuse. Coop Ringle is plenty good. Like, I don't know why I would keep Austin Hedges when nobody else would ever want him. I understand his value to the team as, like, a defensive catcher, but he is genuinely awful. Great human being. I'd make him a coach tomorrow. Get off my damn team, nerd. There's no place for you here. Janau's definitely too raw to get time in the majors. We're going to let him start in Double-A. Juan Brito can go to Triple-A. I have entirely too many outfielders. I have an excessive number of outfielders. So we're going to definitely say goodbye to a couple of people, like Nolan Jones, for example. I'm sorry, but you have one offensive skill, which is drawing walks, and everything else you're garbage at. Sorry, not sorry. Go find a new team. Chase DeLauder is starting center fielder? Absolutely. That I can get behind. Unless Schneemann is reasonably good, and this takes a little bit of pressure off of DeLauder. I do want DeLauder starting very much, but I don't want him starting the expense of anybody else. Will Brennan, I wonder if anybody wants you. Is there anybody who would offer me a wonderful player package just for you? Let's find out. Prospects only, please. Nobody wants him. Unsurprising. Will, down to the minors with you. All right. I need to get rid of one more position player, right? Because it's... No, it is 26, isn't it? So then we're good. We're good. Angel Martinez gets to be our do-everything utility guy. All right, guys. Let's build the lineup we were always meant to have. All right, I like to start with batting ratings, and I like to start with contact. Stephen Kwan is undoubtedly my very best choice to be leadoff hitter, so we're going to put him there. That's easy. How much do I believe in Chase DeLauder? Do I believe in Chase DeLauder? Sorry, we actually want BABIP, not contact. My apologies. No, yeah, this is one. Do I really trust DeLauder to hit second on this team? I don't believe that I do. All right, Jose Ramirez is going to hit third. And Kyle Manzardo is going to hit cleanup. It is known. Who hits second? Who on this team is a bad enough dude to hit second? It's a really good question. It's a fabulous crabulous question. And one I don't necessarily have an answer to right now. You kind of want a fairly well-rounded hitter to take that job. It could be Jonathan Rodriguez, I suppose. He's not useless. He's a good platoon guy if I wanted to use one. All right. Is Manzardo a good first baseman? He's pretty trashed here. CJ Capus is much better, so Manzardo, you're gonna DH. That solves that quandary. You know what? It's a bit unorthodox, so I'm not gonna do it yet. DeLauder, Capus has really good speed, actually. Capus has phenomenal speed. Is this true game? Is he actually this good? All right, guys. Capus is gonna hit second. That's what's happening here. Who hits fifth? I mean, okay, the classic second hitter is going to be DeLauder, but I don't want to rush him. Although Capus is exactly as young. Fuck it. No, I can't. He doesn't steal. I at least want the threat of someone on the base paths to make sure that Jose Ramirez gets good pitches to hit. Manzardo. All right. Who plays right? I think it's George Valera. I think George Valera can play right field against lefties, and we can play Jonathan Rodriguez against, or vice versa. You knew what I meant. So get in there, George Valera. You're going to play right field for us. And Chase DeLauder is going to play center field for us. We're a very left-handed team. I knew that going in, though. Brian Rocchio can hit 7th. I use the term hit very loosely, but there could be something here. Arias hits 9th, and Bo Naylor hits 8th. And Naylor can hit above Rocchio. Here we go. Give me a depth chart game. I can't be bothered. Oops, I hit the wrong button. This one. I don't want Valera not to play. I definitely don't want Schneemann playing shortstop over Arias. I like Schneemann. I think Schneemann has a lot of value because he can play so many places. But I want my starting shortstop to be my starting shortstop, unless there's a good reason not to. Copy this lineup, if you please, game. And paste it in. And we're going to play Jonathan Rodriguez where George Valera is right now. Against left-handed pitching, Rodriguez is going to get a chance to hit. We're still very, very left-handed. I understand that. But I'm not willing to do anything about it just yet. Maybe someday soon. But not right now. And this is fine. Everything is fine. Fine, 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 fine. Done. And this is it, you guys. This is what peak performance looks like. Maybe. Why is Joey Cantillo rated above Gavin Williams, who's the better pitcher? Am I tripping? Maybe Joey Cantillo is better than I thought he was. Maybe. Tanner Bybee is a little bit too sleepy. He's too seepy. Now let me check something here. It doesn't show minor league salaries. Interesting. Very interesting. Maybe I have to sim past opening day, like to my first game. Oh, I need to add a non-roster invitee. Oh, Daniel Espino, of course. Finish today, please. Now let me see if the salaries look right now. There they go. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh yeah, this nonsense. I don't really care about that. Because I don't play series like at a time or whatever, I don't really care. And that's locked in. Okay. I am not paying as much in scouting as I should be, but I don't have the money, so we're just gonna ignore it for now. We're just gonna play some games. People missing. Ah, shit. I just put them all back on the 40 man. I knew that was gonna happen. This is where AAA goes. Damn it. I just got you off my rosters. Oh, I can just remove them again because they've already been designated. Okay. Get into AAA. I knew that was going to happen. Thank you for mercy, game. Thank you for mercy. How do I get the ball game beats roast beef at the Ritz? I don't know, but I've never had roast beef at the Ritz, so maybe I'm wrong. Where did Gavin Williams' stamina go? Wait, what the hell? Game? What? Mostly people getting worse. Not that big a surprise. Delato's getting better though, which is exciting. Why does Gavin Williams have 0 stamina? What did I miss? He threw 167 innings last season. That does not make sense for him to have 0 stamina. Okay. I'm not going to do this very often. This is very clearly a glitch. I'm going to turn on commissioner mode and I'm going to edit his stamina. Because it is just factually inaccurate that his stamina is that bad. It is factually impossible that he has no stamina. He can go all night long. Right. That's his personality, morale, pitching ratings. Here we go. I almost never go into this area here, so I need to figure out where stamina would be. Current 31 innings pitched. What? Okay, so let's maybe this is why I don't edit stats. Like I don't understand how to get more stamina. Like, do I just increase? What? View rating. Okay. I can't control his stamina? Excuse me? I don't get it. I don't think I can change it, actually. I think we just have to suffer. That's really mean. All the things I can change, but I can't change his stamina? I'm not going to reset his fatigue. Oh, there's some hidden stats here. That's cool. That's kind of nifty. Back color. Game. I don't think I can fix this. That is just so bizarre that they just randomly like torched his stamina, and I don't think there's anything I can do to fix it. This is very disappointing to me. Oh my god, it's right there. Give me 125 stamina. And let me see what it looks like on your pitching ratings page. 26 stamina? Oh, I need to run the recalc. Run the recalc, don't I? Hmm. Run development program to adjust. Oh, that does that. I see. Okay. Can you do like 145? Let me try that. And then let me force a scouting report. And then we should see his stamina go back up to something more tolerable. And then I'm gonna go ahead and turn commissioner mode off. All right. First one's of the season doesn't really matter for a lot of reasons, but I can look at stats now. I can look at fancy stats. Oh, they have to qualify for a batting title. Give me the stats. Gimme. Oh, here we go. We got some here. 25 balls in play, more ground balls, 33% line drive, 48% ground ball. All right. Let's look at this on like the big screen. I think it's going to make it a lot more obvious what the different advanced stats look. Because I know something people are going to ask about. Let's take ourselves a bit of a moment here and look at the super stats. Nope, that's not what I want. I want it on this screen here, I think. Batting super stats. Yep. So, let's focus on. We'll look at Stephen Kwan for now. So BIP is balls in play. How often he's actually put a ball into play. Ground ball, fly ball. If it's a big number, they hit more ground balls. If it's a small number, they hit more fly balls. Line drive is how often he hits a line drive. Ground balls, how often it goes into a ground ball. FB is how often he hits the ball into the air. So Stephen Kwan profiles as a guy who hits some decent line drives, but mostly hits the ball into the ground and rarely hits the ball into the air. This is incredibly accurate to real life. That's kind of how he is as a player. IFFB is how often he hits the ball as an infield fly. So I think this is as a percentage of his fly balls, what percentage of them are infield flies. Home runs per fly ball. So bigger numbers means you hit more home runs. Bo Naylor hits a lot of home runs whenever he hits a fly ball. IFH is infield hit percentage, and we'll notice that Stephen Kwan's is there, but it's not substantially great. BUH is bumped for a hit. Pull us often they pull the ball. Center to center field. Oppo is opposite field. Look at how Stephen Kwan uses all the fields, leaning towards the opposite field. But you see a raw power hitter like Kyle Manzardo is pulling the ball more often than not. Soft is soft contact, average contact, solid contact. Average exit velocity. So somebody with a high exit velocity is going to drive the ball pretty hard. Maximum. Stephen Kwan hit at least one that was pretty reasonable. Average launch angle. So launch angle is, generally speaking, the higher the launch angle, the more home runs a player will hit. But that's just where he's trying to put the ball. That doesn't mean he's going to be successful. Brian Rocchio has a very high launch angle, and he is not hitting home runs. It also could mean you're just hitting fly balls that just aren't going anywhere. But generally speaking, if you hit the ball in the air, it will go out of the ballpark, broadly speaking. Barrel is how hard is where you put the barrel on the ball. Jose Ramirez has our highest, has one of our highest barrel rates, to nobody's surprise. Kyle Manzardo is hitting very, very effectively. This doesn't look that impressive. It really doesn't. Oh, really? We're doing this shit again? Where it randomly puts columns in weird places? I will fix it in a second here, but we're talking about the advanced stats. I want to make sure I don't lose track of what I was talking about here. Hard hit balls. Hard is better than barrel. Barrels hit the ball like with some authority. Hard is you hit it much harder than that. Expected batting average and expected slugging. This is what we expect, fancy that, a player to hit, given their offensive profile. Kyle Manzardo has an expected slugging percentage of 710, which is just ridiculous. His actual slugging percentage is only 462. There's nothing wrong with that, but that goes to show you that he's, despite all of his hitting the ball very squarely and putting it with authority, he's not seeing the results we'd expect yet. So we should expect his slugging percentage to trend up. Whereas Stephen Kwan's expected slugging based on his profile is not as impressive. But I think it's still better than his real life slugging percentage. No, the slugging percentage right now is actually incredible because he's hitting lots of doubles. So that's what's going on with these batting super stats. Let me take a moment to fix my first row here. Edit. We gotta change the order here. All right. So this is all fine. Slugging very clearly comes here. Then isolated. And then war always goes at the end. That's just the law. I want OPS right here. Sorry, right there. I want OPS plus right after that. And all the rest of this is fine where it is. Okay. Done. Done. One thing I don't like, actually, I don't love the fact that I can't put whatever stats I want to on this first screen. Like, I'd love to be able to put expected slugging there or expected batting average, but I can't. That's very mean. It's very rude. Let me make sure that this makes sense to me. This looks fine. This looks great. Let's talk about the pitching super stats now that are in the game for the first time. Pitching super stats. Some of this is pretty obvious. It's just the opposite of what hitters do. For example, this is how often they allow ground balls, how often they allow fly balls, how often they allow infield fly balls, how many home runs they allow per fly ball. Looks like Daniel Espino's getting hit kind of hard. Then we have soft contact, medium contact, and solid contact. You want a high soft hit rate. That's how you know a pitcher is performing very well. And if he's allowing a lot of solid hits, then we have some problems here. Like, look at Parker Messick here. He's not having a great time so far. Super early in the season. He's had a single start. Not gonna judge him right now, but that is a concern that we need to pay attention to. Expecting batting average. This is what, based on his profile here, what we expect. Average exit velocity, same as it is for hitters, but this isn't even the good stuff. This is just the okay stuff. This is what I'm here for. Swings, whiffs, and chases. I think this is one of the most important things in modern baseball considerations that have changed the way we look at players. A swing means what it sounds like. He swung at the ball. And then in this case, he swings outside the strike zone, inside the strike zone, and swing total. A whiff is if a ball is in the strike zone, you swing at it, and you don't make contact. A chase is when they swing and miss, and it's outside of the zone. If you can induce people to chase your pitches, you're a very good pitcher. This is how often they make contact inside the zone. So some people are making contact even outside the zone. Like Slade Kokoni here is having a rough time a bit. Percentage of pitches that are in the zone, percentage of pitches that they whiff on and chase. These percentages are pretty helpful. Close is, it's like right on the line. So this tells you someone's like dancing around the strike zone for some reason. Pitch run value for fastballs, breaking pitches, and off speed, and then total pitching run value. So here we looks like Eric Sabrowski is having a really rough time of it, and all of his pitches are failing. I don't think he has an off speed pitch, or if he does, maybe he just doesn't throw it. Is curveball be considered? No, curveball's considered a breaking pitch. It's not an off-speed pitch. You have to have like a change-up, like Joey Cantillo does. His off-speed stuff is really good. It's his breaking stuff that's really struggling this season. If we look at it, it's not that surprising. His slider and his curveball both suck. So this is the good stuff. This is what we've been waiting for. Really, really glad that it's in the game now. Really glad. Let's simulate through another month. We can't trust any of these stats right now. The sample size is minuscule. We've barely played Major League games at all. We have 6 games to show for it. Let's just do it another month. What's happening here? Okay, that was weird. Take the opportunity to drink. Gaboons is going to miss a week. His stamina still looks like it's shit. So there's something going on here that I don't approve of. I think it's because he hasn't been scouted yet, even though I told the scout to scout him. I think once that happens, it'll fix it. He's only going to miss a week, so I guess there's an argument to be made that we should just let him pitch it out, but I can't be bothered. I think we do Logan Allen. He's the guy that we can trust. He's someone that's gotten the job done. I do want to give Daniel Espino a chance to start, but I don't think I'm ready to do that yet. Let's get Logan Allen in there. For the present. Cade Smith's going to spot at 6 weeks. That actually sucks quite a lot. That's very rude, game. I don't know why you're so mean to me. I just got through praising you and how great you were, and how do you repay me? You injure my closer. That's incredibly rude. None of these pitchers are honestly that great as relievers. I guess Carlos Hernandez gets to make his triumphant return to the major leagues. Closing wise, I think we're gonna use Kenley Jansen just because he's done it before. You can be a middle reliever. It's too early to make any conclusions about what this team can do or can't do, but the early season is not promising. If we're only out for a week, you can suck it up. Oh my god, Kenley Jansen's out too. He's going to miss 4 weeks. Is there any relief pitcher of note on the free agent market? I got to do something, guys. Yimi Garcia, get in here. Oh, I can't sign you because my owner's a cheapskate? That tracks. Relievers, please. It's former Cleveland Guardian Drew Pomerantz. We can have a reunion. Let's do it. Get in here, my dude. I thought Drew Pomerantz would sign, like, immediately. It fixes stamina. Stamina probably isn't this good in real life. I need to tweak it, but that's much more like what it should be. So let me play with it a little bit more. I don't want it to be, like, unfair, but he's definitely wasn't as bad as he looked. Let's cut it down to 100. There we go. Done. Now he's got a realistic stamina, and I don't have to worry about his random bullshit. I'm not going to mess with anybody else, but that really bothered me that a pitcher that's actually got a pretty good arm, has been pretty consistent, got left out in the dust. Do we get Drew Pomerantz back? Yes or no? Yes, we do. Welcome to the major leagues, Drew. I guess if somebody's got to be the closer, it can be Hunter Gaddis, although it really doesn't matter because it looks like the bullpen as a whole is really struggling. Although it's super early in the season, so maybe it's better than it looks. 7th or later, sure, you can be a middle reliever, Drew. So yeah, Drew Pomerantz was drafted by the Guardians a long time ago. In the first round, in fact. And then he was traded to the Rockies for Ubaldo Jimenez, who's actually really good for us for a couple seasons. So that's pretty exciting. But then he just bounced around the major leagues, and eventually ended up being pretty okay. He ended up being reasonably decent. Gab Wims is ready to come back. I'm ready to have him back. Logan Allen, get the hell out of here. Gavin, my son, get back in the rotation. Like when he says it's Gavin time and he Gavins all over the place. We had 17 runs in a game. I got Player of the Week. It's my first achievement in OOTP 27. Exciting. Stephen Kwan is pretty good at baseball. I mean, we kind of already knew that, but I'm still happy about it. Keita's throwing harder, which is pretty exciting. Other pitchers are getting worse. Joey Cantillo is getting better, though. That's good. Bybee is slightly worse. Bo Naylor is slightly better. Wilkinson is getting better. I thought we somehow got Rafael Devers. Like, no, it's Jose Devers. I mean, look, that's good enough. That's a pretty good week. You're hitting 900. You can be promoted, my friend. Congratulations. Welcome to AA. Something I didn't do enough of in the old series that I'm going to do in this one is someone has a great month like this, they get promoted a level. And Devers just got promoted. Noted. Player of the Week, Stephen Kwan is hitting 400 this season. I don't think that's going to last. It's just a theory I have. The lineup is surprisingly not bad. It's certainly not great, but we're 6th in runs scored. Most of that is obviously Stephen Kwan being a fucking ultra MVP candidate. Let's pump the brakes slightly. Let's take a closer look at Mr. Kwan's actual season here. If I look at expected batting average, you expect him at 258. No, sorry, I expect him to hit 325. That's what I figured. He looks really, really good. He's just not that good. Also, why can I not see the super stats from here? Why must I only do it on the opening screen? This vexes me. I'm terribly vexed. Jose Ramirez, this just in, pretty good player. Kyle Manzardo is holding his own in a very effective way. I'm pretty impressed by what he's bringing to the table here. In case you're wondering, why is his WAR so low? Remember, there's a very substantial negative adjustment if you're a designated hitter. So you'd have to be pretty special in order to out-hit that, which maybe he is, and maybe he's not. I don't know yet. The pitching staff is pitching quite poorly, and it looks like defense is a big piece of it. Let me look now at our defensive statistiroonies. That's what they like to be called here. Chase DeLauder is kind of a mess in center field. That's not unexpected. Like, he's fine, but he's not exceptional. And he is actually just struggling across the board. So the question is he just running into bad luck, or is he actually playing poorly? Let's do some analysis. If we look at his BABIP, it's 270. It's for DeLauder is 195. This is what we call bad. Now let's look at his super stats. His expected batting average is 242. Let me be clear, that's also not good, but it's far better than he is right now. So the offense could get there if he's just able to stick to his game plan here. He needs to pull the ball less. Is he naturally a pull hitter? Well, we've got some of this stuff in here now, which is great. Yeah, the only thing you're really good at is your walk percentage is really good and you don't strike out very much. So the good news is you're trying to put the ball into play. You're just flailing wildly and failing to actually put it into play. Do we have options to improve this team? Let me check the waiver wire. Is anyone doing anything cheeky? No. Nobody's doing anything cheeky. Understood. They're just trying to get pitchers through the waiver wire, which I don't care about. I don't care about Nick Amirs in the slightest. I have no money. There are things I have my friend, but money is not one of them. Stephen Kwan. The truth is, though, it's still super early in the season, right? Stephen Kwan only has 141 plate appearances. And you really need 200-ish plate appearances to really get a good sense of a player is actually good or not. So we don't want to... The fielding... Oh, doesn't qualify. Got it. 100th percentile in batting value. Batting runs value. Pretty good defense. Not enough balls have been hit at him for him to qualify for that. Fantastic home run to fly ball ratio. He rarely hits fly balls, and yet 50% have gone to a home run. Expecting batting average is still ridiculous. His strikeout rate is still ridiculous. He's a really good player. He's just not this good. We should very, very rapidly expect him to decline slightly. And that's okay. We're just going to go ahead and cook for this month. We're not going to mess with anybody yet. We're actually playing surprisingly well. Daniel Espino getting hurt is a bit of a bummer. But it happens. Injuries are a part of life, both in baseball and in life. Logan Allen, you get your job back. I have a lot of lefties in this bullpen. That's a little bit... It's a little bit less than ideal, one might say. It is ungreat. We're still second in the league, and we're still second in the AL Central. Now we're winning the AL Central. Although we just lost Daniel Schneemann for 5 weeks. Who's next man up in center field? Do we have anybody we can get excited about? I think it's probably Will Brennan. It could be Nolan Jones, but I just refuse. I categorically refuse to bring him back. Go ahead and set up my minor leagues for me, please. Just try to get an even number of people at each level would be great. I could always be David Fry. It could be Jason Chorio, unironically. I think he's got a ton to offer us. Just a huge amount to offer us. But I think it's far too early to bring him out of Double-A. Let's let him get some reps in and Double-A, and then we can make the decision to call him up. Is Joe Lamp any good? Joe Lamp isn't very good, but he's also not the worst. He's very good at base running, and he's got pretty decent glove if we need it. I mean, it's really Will Brennan. Like, the answer is Will Brennan because he's the only guy that we have that we can trust to hit. Trade depth chart. I am not playing Martinez that frequently. I do not approve. So now Chase the Louder is even more out on his own. Angel Ganao just got 5 hits in a game, none of which were... Oh, one of them was a home run. You're right. You are pretty talented. I'm not quite ready to promote you yet, but you're getting there. Rally behind a wayward cat. Everyone loves the cat. The team's official meow Scott. Okay. I am pro cat. Well, all right. IRL, I'm not pro cat, but that's just because my wife has an allergy to all cats, and I don't like my wife to be miserable. An 8-game win streak, which has been snapped. Cade Smith can come back. That's a huge deal. Carlos Hernandez, get out of here. The team is just better when he's able to close, because then it doesn't let people get overexposed. Um, Hunter Gaddis. What if you were the middle reliever now? I could make Kent. Do I let Andrew Walters be my new setup guy? He looks pretty great. Um, Andrew Walters has really good breaking pitches and really good pitching in general. Your fastball is unironically kind of trash, which is pretty funny because it's actually your best pitch. This means, by the way, the Walters might have heights we haven't seen yet. But your fastball's not so great. You're getting a fair few whiffs. 33% is pretty decent, but you're also in the zone a little bit too much. Although everyone's about the same amount. Maybe I don't need to be... Is swing, swinging, strike, or just swing? It's just swung at. Yeah. Okay. I'm very excited by this. Oh, we look at pitching superstats 1. It should give us his expected ERA. So yeah, Walters have been a little bit lucky, but it looks like the only pitcher who actively looks bad is Bybee. What has gone on with you this year, my friend? Your walk rate has skyrocketed. This is always a bad thing. And this is almost the entire reason why you're pitching worse this year. Your walk rate is just shot up like a cannon. This needs to come way, 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 way down. Once it does, we'll see significantly better performance. But this is why you're getting defeated. It's because you just keep giving free base runners. How about you don't do that, Tanner? Have you considered that approach to baseball? I hope you have. Our rest of the stuff is fun. Let's keep playing in the month of May. Kelly Jansen's ready to come back, which is nice to hear. It means the end of Drew Pomerantz's return tour with the Guardians, but I think he probably knew that day was going to come. Drew Pomerantz got all excited, like, fuck yeah, I matter again. And he's like, oh no, I'm hurt. It be like that sometimes, man. Andrew Walters' ERA has already increased, just as the prophecy foretold. Fresh talent, Gilberto Alvarez. Okay. Jonathan Rodriguez is going to miss 2 weeks. Hasn't been that great this season, but also has barely played, so shrug. It's probably irresponsible to let there just be an open roster spot, right? I probably need to find someone to play for those 2 weeks. Let's give Jonah here a shot. Jonah's right-handed, right? Or is he also... No, he's also left-handed. It's fine. Will Brennan, get in there. Get you some. Thank God Matt Festa's back. It's everything I've ever wanted and more. I think Andrew Walters has pitched well enough that I think he deserves to stay in the majors. Otherwise, he'd be number 1 on my list to go out. Is it Sobrowski? Do we say goodbye to Sobrowski? No, Sobrowski's doing all right. Only Kenley Jansen is pitching poorly, which is kind of funny. Mr. Festa, I would love for you to do some rehabbing, because I don't know what to do with you yet. And I hope that all shall be revealed in a matter of time. Reveal all of it. Hernandez and Pomerantz both cleared. Pomerantz won't be demoted. He's like, no, I'm a strong, independent man, and I don't need no stuff. Goodbye, Drew. Thank you for your time with the Cleveland Guardians. It is now over. I mean, we're tied for first, you guys. Well, we're half a game out right now, but we got Rookie of the Month, Who is it, I wonder? Is it Andrew Walters? Oh, it's George Valera. Anything crazy happening? Tim Herron is losing velocity. Not surprising given his age, but a little sad. Mostly people getting worse. Cooper Ingles getting better. Bo Naylor is getting better. CJ Kafis is getting better. Jose Ramirez is getting better. Chase DeLauder is getting slightly worse. Although his hitting is improving. Nothing too crazy happening here. Velasquez got Player of the Week in AAA. He looks mighty good so far. I mean, he's barely played, but I still appreciate his hard work. Rookie of the Month is George Valera, who's got 4 home runs. Valera looks extremely good so far, which is pretty exciting. Nolan Schubert got Midwest Hitter of the Month. Get into AA, my friend. Caden Favors got Pitcher of the Month in High A. Get into AA, my friend. Jace LaViolette looks incredible and is having a pretty great year. Get into High A, my friend. Let's raise the caliber of your competition slightly. Jacob Zeben is pitching pretty well. Let's get you up to High A. And that looks pretty good. All right. So it's June 1st. We can now tell something about this team and how they're actually doing. CJ Kavas needs to not be the number 2 hitter anymore. Who should be? It could be Brian Rocchio, in all honesty. He looks like he's not terrible. Oh, can I add batting runs to this screen here? Please and thank. Where is batting runs? I thought it's just called bat. Is it not just called bat anymore? Do they call it something else? I mean, runs created is kind of what we're talking about there. Runs created per 27. But I don't see batting runs here. I think it's considered a super stat now. If we take a look over here, though. Yeah, he looks good because he's good at running bases and playing defense. His bat is kind of mid. Good expected batting average, though, and very good strikeout percentage. There's no hesitation for me that George Valera needs to move up. He actually has been very, very good offensively. So we're going to do that right now. Valera, you're going to hit where DeLauder is hitting right now. Who's going to where Kafis is hitting right now? I don't know, but it can't be here. I think Kafis, quite honestly, needs to go back to the minors. Let me try that. Let's try letting him get some more experience in AAA and see if he can figure some shit out. Ralphie Velasquez, welcome to the major leagues. You will be playing first base, but you will not be hitting second. I want to know his major league service, but I appreciate that nonetheless. Somebody's got to hit second. Is George Valera that bad? Can I let him just hit all the time? He's slightly worse against lefties, so I guess he'll continue to platoon for right now. But I think there's a very, very clear future here where he gets his chance to murder even more baseballs. I'm not playing Rafi Velasquez. I'm not letting him hit second. That seems to be hilariously stupid. Could be Valera. I value his power where it is right now, though. You know what, Ralphie? We're going to give you the opportunity to earn the job. Don't disappoint me, Ralphie. Ralphie. Oh, that's Alfie. Sorry. Espino, I think just needs to go to AAA. I don't think he's ready for the majors. He got hammered pretty hard. 5 hits for Gabriel Rodriguez. Understood. Understood and accepted. 300 home runs for Jose Ramirez. Nice. Jonathan Rodriguez wants to come back. Will Brennan's been pretty unexciting, so I guess we could send him back to the minors. I mean, Advincula has not played at all, so maybe that's the solution. Maybe he goes back to the minors. Give me Jonathan Rodriguez, please. And let Mr. Rodriguez here face anyone who has a left-handed arm. What? I guess all people have left-handed arms. I don't know where I was going with that either. Maybe I'm brain damaged. Maybe I'm just tired from work. It's very possible it's the kind of thing that's likely to happen, I think. All right. First year draft combine. Is it any different this year? I'm going to ask Scout for recommendations here. And then we're just going to see what happens here. Are these real draft picks? Yeah, they are. It's Grady Emerson. I got burned by you once before, Grady. I don't know if I can trust you now. And then I'm just going to go ahead and sim to the end of the month. 2 weeks for DeLauder, but he's just stiff. He'll get over it. Schneemann is free to return. He's free to move about the team. Will, thank you for your service, but please return to AAA. Because we desperately need Schneemann's versatility. I think we desperately need his defensive capabilities as well. So that's the correct choice here. I think this is fine. I think letting people get a little bit more frequent rest is probably going to be better for us in the long run. Just maybe not a shortstop where Arias is already doing... He's not doing great, but he's doing okay. He's not the worst. That sounds like I'm damning him with faint praise. It's because I am. I am mega impressed, you guys. I am mega impressed with how OOTP 27 already looks and feels. Matt Festa, we got to do something with him now. Kenley Jansen is just not getting it done, but neither is Logan Allen. But I can't really get rid of Logan Allen, can I? I can't get rid of Kevin. I can get rid of... Does somebody want Kenley Jansen, actually? Let me see if I can trick somebody to trading for him. Nobody wants Kenley Jansen. That's most unfortunate. That nobody has any interest in him. I mean, I guess it makes sense given how poorly he's pitching, but I don't want to cut him for nothing. Can Festa start? He absolutely cannot start. He's too good a reliever to be left in the minors. The question is, what would I do to make room for him? And I guess it's send Sabrowski down. I still believe in Andrew Walters, so I think Mr. Sabrowski can head to the minor leagues and reflect on his life choices. And then Mr. Festa here, you can be a middle reliever. I really don't want Gaddis closing if I can avoid it. What's your deal, Kenley? Why are you pitching so poorly? It's because you're getting hit? I mean, I guess, I don't know what I expected. I don't know what I expected the answer to be. You're just getting hit really hard. You get up home runs like they're going out of style. You're going to be using less important innings now. You're just another arm in my bullpen that I regret signing for $3 million. Blistered Altoona. Okay, noted. It's not a tuna. You have power hitters. Shut up. Stop whining. I do like the more frequent prospect list. That's pretty exciting. DeLauder's going to miss another week with an ankle boo-boo. I say that. Hurting your ankle fucking sucks. Wouldn't it be wild if I somehow won the World Series this first season? Like, it's never going to happen, but it would be funny if it happened. A lot of good improvements here. We're starting to see some things pay off here. Nolan Jones. I think you can enjoy AAA once again. Congratulations. I'm very proud of you. Austin Peterson should be in AA anyway, so I guess he can go back there. Robert Arias got hitter of the month. He's off to a pretty great start. He's 19 years old. I'm actually going to let him stay in A-ball. I think that's fine. Merejo shouldn't be there at all. Go up to high A, please. I don't know why you're in the rookie league at all. Roderny Salvador. I mean, he's not very good. So maybe we just leave him alone. Maybe that's acceptable. Are we starting pitching rookie leaders? Oh, this isn't for the majors. Understood. The draft? Now you can see how the draft has changed. Hopefully it's changed a lot. Hopefully it looks really, really good now. DeLauder's going to miss another week. It's whatever, man. Like, I obviously care that you're struggling, but I don't care in the sense that it just doesn't matter. Because you're just going to play anyway, whether you like it or not. Palma. All right, let's go. Auto draft. Okay, so we have a very big issue here. I have a budget for salaries in late draft of $12 million. I cannot shoot my shot on one guy worth $9 million. I simply am not capable of doing that. So I'm going to find somebody a little bit cheaper. Like Carson Wiggins. Carson Wiggins has god-awful control. That makes him not good enough for me. This is a very obviously deeply flawed pitcher that I do not think I could trust. I guess that's why he's willing to take less money. I mean, that's reasonable, I suppose. Cameron Johnson, same kind of boat here. Man, none of these guys have good control. This concerns me. Bo Peterson does not concern me. The strikeouts are a little bit high, and he doesn't really have an obvious position except playing the outfield, but he's a really good hitter. Oh, do I have the thing where I can see their personalities? I want that on. Show them on the profile page, please. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I think he's exactly what I'm looking for. Welcome to the team, Bosif. Wait, what the fuck? I do not have the first overall draft pick. How the hell did I draft him? Oh, it's just being weird. Okay. All right, I need to add a draft picks list. I'm going to add the, let's see, player prospects to watch. Greedy Emerson, you're on my prospects to watch list. Bo Peterson, you're on my draft picks list. Next pick, please. You like Brendan Cyber. I like him too. We are not entirely sure his control is this good, but he's got 3 pretty good pitches. Nice but not great velocity. Decent stuff. I think he's exactly what we could use in the system. Get in here, champ. But he goes to Vanderbilt, which means you know he's pretty smart. Lorenzo Laurel has ridiculous power. You've got a lot of character. You're a pretty competent outfielder with an okay arm. I think this is something that's worth exploring. I think it's worth spending a little bit of money on him to see what he might be able to accomplish if given the opportunity. All right, nobody can take Dion Cole, which makes sense to me. Devin Sheeran is fine. Velocity is great. His third pitch is kind of sus. But he overall looks like an okay pitcher. We can grab Devin here. I believe that is a reasonable pick. You would like me to take Hunter Elliott. Yeah, all right. Okay, he's left-handed. Okay. I was about to say that's pretty bad if that's his velocity, but as a lefty, that's actually pretty reasonable. All right. Everyone's willing to jump on for free. What is Aiden Keenan's deal? Aiden Keenan's deal is he's not very great. He's fine. But I do want to get more offense in the system. I think that's going to benefit us more in the long run. We're probably going to shift into tools mode here in the near future. Be on the lookout for that. We really like James Tronstein. He is a good center fielder, although admittedly, he's actually a tremendous outfielder. Look, your bat isn't very inspiring, but you're so good defensively that I think it's worth taking you. And then seeing if you can end up being somebody special, if you can figure out how to hit. That works for me. His name is Jay Troney. Okay. I will never call him that, but I guess it's his right to have his own nickname. In case you're wondering, I only ever put my first 5 round draft picks on the list to see what they turn into. I want to take a look now at some raw traits here. If I look at batting potential and I look at BABIP, wait a minute, you're actually a really good hitter. Get on my team, dude. Right now. Every second you're not on my team is a second that I cry. Look, you're a mid pitcher. I'm not going to say you're not a mid pitcher. Watch out as I turn you into an outfielder. You become pretty damn good. I think this is your future. I will, for right now, allow you to be a two-way player. Well, I can't. Oh, because you control the setting here. That's fine. You can be a two-way player for right now. You're 20 years old. I really don't want you in short season league. Let me put you in the Hill City Howlers. I don't really do that in the middle of the draft, but I think it's so important for him to get a chance to hit too, that I think we'll be better off for it. And let's go back and do some more trait looking. Give me battors, please, for the great BABIP. Sam Stem. No, I don't think so. I could do better. Oh, pardon me. Brady Reynolds is pretty solid. I don't like the strikeout rate. We're at the point in the draft where a couple of experiments is worthwhile, and I think Brady Reynolds is an experiment that's worth taking. Let's make it a thing. Who's got big thump? Braden Holcomb has big thump and pretty much nothing else to show for it. You know what? I'm in. How's everybody from Vanderbilt? I mean, I know it's a good school for baseball and everything, but like, I don't think every single person in Vanderbilt is ready. Nick Groves is legit. He does have a weakness, high, but his overall skill level is extremely high, and the kind of guy that I think could be a useful player in the long run here. Okay, somebody who doesn't play for Stanford or Vanderbilt. Great. Let me switch back to my scouting director and see what he's want us to cut. He wants Wilson Anderson. Anderson keeps falling in the draft. And he's just interesting enough that I think it's worthwhile spending the money on him. Note that you cannot negotiate with a player outside of the first 5 rounds till after the draft is done. It's a true story here. You want Brock Eddy. Yeah, all right. I'm getting too many pitchers, but I think it's worthwhile that we're getting so many pitchers. Sammy Kova, what a fantastic curveball, and it's his only skill is this incredible curveball. He is left-handed, so I'm kind of interested to see if he can make something more of himself than this. Because I'm a sucker for a left-handed curveball. But Daniel Jackson. Daniel Jackson is an okay hitter who can't really catch. We can see if we can maybe fix one of those things. Connor Langdon. He's okay. I'm in. I'm so very, very in. 5 more rounds to go. Let's make some picks here. Elijah Underhill's hanging around here. He's really good except for his control. Maybe he'll fix it. I do want more offense, please. Garrett Pike has pretty good power and reasonable skills with defense, so we can add him on. Chris Billingsley keeps slipping. I kind of see why, but he's interesting enough, I suppose. Can Ben Cleary actually shortstop? He's not terrible at it. He's more of a second baseman, but I'm still think he's reasonable. Bennett Fryman. He's all right. Let's do it. All right. Congratulations. We finished the first round. We finished the draft. I'm so excited for us. You want 650 grand. I think that's fine. How many All-Stars did we get? I wonder. Probably at the very least Quan and Ramirez, but maybe not more than that. Oh, Joey Cantillo made it. There's Steven Kwan, and there's Jose Ramirez. 3 All-Stars feels pretty reasonable, actually. That feels very reasonable. Do we have any all-stars here? Brandon Doughty made it. Angel Ganao made it. Nice. If you're a first-time viewer and you're like, this video's taking forever, I don't normally do the off-season and the season in the same video, and this is why. So hopefully you're hanging in there with me. Maybe you've got me on 2x speed, in which case I sound probably like a chipmunk, which is pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Personal message. You want to help? Let's start a charity, you guys. Surely my owner can't fault me for wanting to start a charity. Jose Leclerc just isn't interesting to me. Like, I don't even care what they want for him. I just don't care. Drew Smith. I don't need relievers. I see this problem continues to happen where the game thinks you want mediocre relievers. Like, this is the definition of a meaningless trade. Like, where people are changing rosters, but nothing of note is actually being done. Jordan Romano is fine, but I'm not willing to give up all that just for him. Be serious. Jose Ramirez is pretty good again. Shocking 0 people. How good is Jose Ramirez this year? Well, he's on pace for the best season of his entire career. That's how good he is. Noted. Jose Ramirez has not had a 300 season in quite some time. So if he's really this good this year, then we are extremely fortunate. Plus, we're in first place for however long. I am against it. I'm not going to take your shitty players for no reason. I don't want Liam Hendricks either. Like, I struggle to figure out why the AI thinks that you should take bad relievers. It's always been a problem out of the park baseball, and I've never figured out why. I mean, Clayton Beater is at least a good reliever, but I'm not willing to give up anything of note for him. And Matt Wilkinson could actually be a pretty good starting pitcher for us. All right, Matty boy here. I think you're overexposed in AAA. I'm going to send you down to AA and let you get a chance to take a little bit of the pressure off. Angel Zerpa for Angel Ganao. Angel Ganao might very well be in the majors next season, so that's a hard no from me. I'm not going to trade a prospect when I don't think we're that close to the World Series. I just don't think it's a reasonable ask. Jace Laviolette is pretty good. Steven Cruz is pretty mid. I did say I wanted to win a World Series reasonably quickly. I just don't think that's going to happen this year, and I don't think adding a mediocre reliever or 3 is going to make a difference. I just don't believe it. Is there anybody here that I would like to trade? I would love nothing more. How am I $18 million over all of a sudden? Game? What? I mean, I guess it's the player development budget he's getting salty about. Like, I want a power hitter. Well, I want money. Give me one thing and I will give you the other thing. I'm going to be real with you. Making moves with this team is going to be extremely challenging. Okay, what do we want? If we had our druthers, what would make this team substantially better? The lineup's pretty good. We make a few too many errors, and I think the starting pitching is not strong enough. Who's our biggest culprit defensively? Who's making all these errors? It's Jose Ramirez. That's a real bummer. He's too good, so you're just gonna have to suck it up. Yeah, this seems like guys making errors because they're getting to place other people don't, with the exception of Angel Martinez, who I think is just maybe not that great. There is a world in which Jose Ramirez ends up being a DH or a first baseman, but I think for right now he's still okay. It's fine. Oh, excuse me. It's fine. Everything's fine. What could be unfine about it? Ralphie Velasquez has been incredible. So shout out to him for being so good. He's a big reason why I think we look as good as we do. Poor CJ Kafis is like, finally, it's my time to O. O is right. Tanner Bybee, what happened to you? You walked people. Stop doing this. That's how we're going to win. I'm just going to look at people and say, stop doing things you're not supposed to. Stop getting hit, question mark? Look, you're a junk baller. You're always going to have problems getting hit. Your fastball is actually really effective, quite surprisingly. I mean, I guess you're not a junk baller. You still don't have exceptional stats here. The problem is everything but your fastball sucks really hard. You're getting people to swing more, but yeah. I don't think me throw ball hard is working out for you, but I don't think I have a pitcher that I'm willing to try instead of you either. Espino is settling down in AAA, which I find pretty reassuring. Like, you're one of the best pitchers in AAA, apart from getting people to swing at your shit. So, that's exciting. Start the deadline day. Maybe somebody will give me a good deadline offer here. David Festa for CJ Kafis. I'm not saying Kafis is all that good. I'm saying I can probably do better than a relief pitcher. Maybe. He is pretty decent, but... Oh, it's doing this thing again where it skips the sim. Alright, I don't want this trade. I don't really want Johan Oviedo. Why not would I sell out for Ryan Weathers? I mean, I guess he's a starting pitcher. I guess he is reasonably good. But you're asking for a lot for him, and he's also going to cost me a lot of money. And that's money I frankly don't have right now. I still don't want Johan Oviedo. Gregory Soto is of no interest to me. I don't think I want Alfonso and Rosario, but I'm willing to look at it. No, you want me to offer you stuff for Gregory Soto? That's no. Hard no, my dude. My problem is that I have no money. And because I have no money, there's really very little that I can do to add a player unless it's already somebody that's fairly cheap. Which Ryan Halsey is not. This is ein Bummer. But it's where we are as a franchise. I just can't afford any of this. You really want me to take Ryan Weathers from you? I can't do it. I can't afford him. I seriously am not doing this. Why must you continue to offer me stupid trades that I'm not going to accept? Gam. And we finished the trade deadline. And we didn't make any trades. And that honestly doesn't surprise me. Shanton's going to miss a week. That's of no interest to me. Yeah, because there's just not a real reason to. It's just not a real reason to get like too crazy about shit, you know? It is not realistic to win the World Series this season. It just isn't realistic. We don't have the arms, we don't have the bats. It's going to take a long time for us to build the kind of sustainable minor league system that's going to produce what we need. We have some genuinely excellent players, and we're actually scoring runs at a really good rate. But I very deeply concern myself with how bad Tanner Bybee looks this season because he just won't stop walking people. Maybe I need a new pitching coach for him. Maybe that will solve the problem, but also maybe not. It is not unreasonable that we get a division title, but we've really got to push the gas right now. Like, I think it's reasonable to expect that we make the postseason no matter what happens, but I think we're in much better shape if we can win the division. I think we can really feel good about ourselves if that happens. Is something I'm thinking right now. Andrew Walters has really impressed this season, even though he doesn't look like he's gonna be like a megastar. I think he's been very, very good, and I really appreciate it. Ralphie Velasquez keeps getting better. Brian Rocchio gets a little bit worse every day. George Valera looks pretty good. Chase DeLauder looks like he's all right. Big Christmas is improving his power, which I appreciate, although I wish we'd improve his contact. Ganow. Is there anybody that I want to give some playing time to at this point in the season? Not really. I mean, Carl Steven is almost there, right? But he's not performing super well in AAA. Although his breaking stuff is really good. It's his fastball that's been struggling. Interesting. Walk rate looks good. The walk rate looks very good. Oh, we traded Shane Bieber to the Blue Jays. That's where he came from. It is not impossible that he ends up being a pretty good starting pitcher. But I do think it's just more sensible to leave him at AAA, let him pitch every day, and then call him up in the offseason or maybe even next year. I think that's right. I could bring Kafis back. I don't really see why I would. He's fine, but I don't think he's what we need right now, and I don't want to mess with the lineup at all, actually. Bo Naylor's doing fine. Brian Rocchio has surprising power, even as the rest of his skill level isn't overwhelmingly amazing. Gabriel Arias has 16 home runs somehow. I don't know how, but I'll take it. DeLauder's been okay. He hasn't been exceptional, but we know that there's more to him than this. We know that there's another level he just has to unlock. His defense being so bad makes me sad, but he needs to go into a corner outfield spot is what he needs. And I think we can probably make that happen next year with a little bit of creativity to find a new center fielder. George Valera has significantly cooled off. which doesn't hugely surprise me. I think he looked very good for what he was, but as of now, he's just not quite that guy anymore. Kyle Manzardo looks excellent. He's one of the best hitters in the league. I just think that gets overlooked because his defense is just not there at all. You know? Yeah, this is the position adjustment if you're a DH. He's also kind of a shit base runner, but that's okay. I don't really expect you to steal bases. That's not what you're here for. You're here to hit home runs and hit lots of them. Cool. To call anybody up, it could be Ganao, it could be Steven, it could be Kafis. I guess these are all things that could happen. It could be Matt Wilkinson. Probably not Matt Wilkinson. I want him to get a little bit more experience in AA and AAA. I'm just going to go ahead and not call anybody up and then see if that becomes a necessity. 4 weeks for Jose Ramirez is the worst. My friend, your timing could not have been worse. And now, welcome to the major leagues. I didn't want you to be called up, but somebody's got to play third base while Jose is hurt. And it might as well be you, right? I'm very sad if Jose Ramirez is out for a long time. But it is what it is. He's an old man, just like me. Yeah, Delauder... Oh my fucking god. Did you just injure Ganao when I just called him up? Is that something that you're going to do to me already, game? He must be fine, because I didn't get a second email. So he must like tweaked his knee and then they took him in the back and he's like, no, you're alright. Okay, he only missed 1 day. Don't scare me like that, Desjardins. That is uncool. Can we clinch the postseason? So that's good news. We could still technically win the division title. I don't know that it matters all that much. Getting Jose Ramirez obviously matters everything. I have no problem with Ganao, but it's Jose Ramirez. Get in there, mate. All right. So we won 94 games. That's pretty good. Doug Nikazi is going to retire. A bunch of these guys are going to retire. Going to set my playoff roster? Fine. Is Manifesta currently on the roster? How is he pitching? Is he pitching well? He's not pitching well. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'll go with this. I'll go with this team. It's only 12 pitchers, but I'm not going to run 5 starters out there right now. Give me a 3-man rotation, and let's get Saccone as emergency starter, middle relief, and Messick as emergency starter, long relief. And then I just want you to avoid high leverage Logan Allen. That's not what you're here for. You're here for moral support. All right, can we get past the first round? It's certainly not a guarantee. Certainly not. We lost the first game of the postseason. And Bybee got vaporized. Well, I'm not considering to tell you that this was a disappointing season because it wasn't. 94 wins is pretty damn good, considering that the previous season Cleveland only won 88. So, were we a bit luckier than we should have been? Probably. But we definitely were quite successful. We're gonna go to the end of the playoffs, see who wins, and then we're gonna do a quick breakdown of things. Friends, this is not a normal video length for me, so if you're like, this video is super intimidating, catch me next week where things will be a lot more a lot chiller. How did you get injured when you're not even playing? I don't know. It must be like an injury you got in the last wildcard game. Looks like Tampa Bay. Tampa. Reliever of the year went to Ryan Webb in Columbus. And he's retired now. Oh man, that's a bummer. He's like, I'm reliever of the year, and then he's like, but I don't want to play baseball anymore. I mean, there's something to be said for going out on top, right? That's still kind of sad though. Here we go. Prager got outstanding pitcher. Ryan, my boy, enjoy high A next season. If you win a year-long award, then I think that deserves celebration. So it's Tampa and Houston versus Chicago and the Giants. You know what I can't help but notice? The Dodgers did not do well. Nelson Keljiho won pitcher of the year. He can go to high A. That's pretty exciting. Did the Dodgers lose the postseason entirely? They did. No, they didn't. They got bounced in the wild card in the division round. Okay. Don't worry, you guys. The payroll differences are gone forever. Just like nature intended. Tampa versus Chicago would be a pretty exciting World Series, I think. And the Tampa Bay Rays win their very first World Series. Even though I will once again point out that they don't play in the Bay, they play on land. They don't play underwater baseball. If they played underwater baseball, that would be really cool. But that's not how it works. Matt Jacek looks really good. He might have himself a chance to be on the Major League roster next year. Fan loyalty has dropped. Which means my budget gets even worse. $60 million. Bruh. Carl Willis retired. I gotta find a new pitching coach. Understood. Wait, what? How are we getting $60 million? Oh, because I don't think it actually counts my current roster, maybe? That doesn't make sense, though. I think the game is tripping. I think it doesn't know exactly how big my salary should get. How do we do? Who are the big performers? What went well this season? Give me... this is as good a way to see war as any. Stephen Kwan just probably priced himself out of staying with Cleveland, but I'm really excited that he was still as good as he was. He's a borderline MVP candidate this season, you guys. And he does it literally all. An outstanding base runner, great defense, fantastic offense. 17 home runs is ridiculous. 40 doubles, even more so. He was so insanely good this year. Just incredibly awesome. Is he likely to keep that up? I have no idea, but I'm excited that he was this good this year. Jose Ramirez's only problem was getting hurt. Otherwise, he would have easily surpassed his 2025. Mr. Ramirez, with another good season or two, is going to pass 2,000 hits, which I think is going to be an important number for him. But I think he's a Hall of Famer anyway. Ralphie Velasquez had better get some serious consideration for Rookie of the Year because, oh my goodness, did he step in and dominate. Almost from the word go. What an incredible player he's been, and how happy I am that we have him. Brian Rocchio was useful. He wasn't good with the bat, but he was useful. And useful is good enough to stick around on the team, in my opinion. Bo Naylor was pretty good. kind of a tour de force kind of player. He did everything reasonably well. Manzardo, for a DH to put up 2.1 WAR is pretty nice. We obviously hope that there's another level here where he gets even better, but I think this is perfectly fine for the short term. Arias was good. Valera was good. Chase the Louder, not so good. He basically did nothing well, and I think part of his problem is he needs to get onto a corner spot. I think he can't handle center field, and that may have been hurting his ability to hit. But overall, the lineup was pretty damn good. It was really good. We got a lot of great performances from a lot of players, and I don't think any of them were too crazy, except for probably Steven Kwan. I don't think Steven Kwan is this good a player. I hope he is, but I don't think he is. The pitching stats show that Joey Cantillo was our ace this year. Truly broke out in a very good way, and we're really happy and fortunate to have him. Cade Smith was awesome. Gavin Williams, Slade Ciccone were pretty decent. Ciccone's ERA looks really bad, but if we look at his FIP, it looks like he's exactly as good as his ERA suggests. I guess he did get hit pretty hard. Doesn't walk people though. That's kind of nice. The pitching was good, but not great. But I am very proud of this team. I'm proud of what they accomplished in their first season together, and I think there's room for improvement for certain. And I think if we can get some of that improvement, I think we've got a real chance to make some noise in the postseason. I will note that hope is not immediately on the way, so we're going to have to get creative with our limited resources. I hope that the game was laughing at me. My friends, though, I feel pretty good about that season. The best since 2017 by winning percentage, since 2020. 2020 was the COVID year, though, so we don't really count that year. That is it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please remember, like, subscribe down below would be pretty ideal. That helps the channel, and it helps me see that you guys are enjoying what I'm producing. In the next episode, we're going to go through another off-season, but this time one from start to finish, and see if we can improve the Guardians from their current level. The World Series is not imminent, I don't believe. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong, but I don't think that I am wrong. So that is what we're looking at. Until next time, my friends, this has been UpGuardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.